Okay, I'm starting the broadcast, everybody. I'm still talking. Leave anything up. I'm just trying to put the live replay on there. Let me see real quick. And putting that together. My channel. There we go. And videos. There it is. Oh, cool. Right there. And putting that together. Copy. My channel. And put this there. And replay button. Here. And pop. There we go. And this. Okay, everybody, I'm just waiting for people to jump on, and this won't take too long, but I'm going to make this easy for everybody. Let me see. Jump on when you can. There you go. And there's Mr. Grip. And can you hear me, Mr. Grip?
Yep, I certainly can.
Well, this is what I'm going to mention to everybody as soon as they jump on. Is that to make it very simple for everybody, and I'll repeat myself afterwards, is that this is a mastermind. We don't have to always be the moderator. Somebody else, we will have this around 3:30 p.m. Whoever wants to start a mastermind up, what we want to do is that once this is all set up and other people are joining as new people, what I want to do is have like possibly Dan or Thomas, where that they can start the mastermind and other people can jump on and be the moderators, because that's the only way that you're going to learn to do your own coaching. And this is very valuable. A lot of people would never allow this to happen because they feel like they will lose power over the mastermind. I'm not about that. I'm about making you guys independent. And I'm going to tell you a lot about it. Let me just give everybody another couple minutes because I'm going to get something real valuable here. And you're gonna say, really? I go, yeah, definitely. Should I just jump right on? And then you're going to show the new software, too, that's coming up, too, right, Griff?
No.
No, not yet. Okay, we're not going to disclose that. Here's the thing, is that what I showed you and what I told you, and then, Dan, you had a question inside there. I didn't forget about your question. Never have or anything, but I want you to talk about it so that we can actually cover it a little bit deeper. Because if I just wrote it, I wouldn't be able to. I'm not a typer. I'm more of a talker, so I can explain a little bit more of that. Is that what I've told you with Facebook ads and YouTube ads and what I do told you? There's nothing else. I mean, of course, we're going to get together on a weekly basis, and then I want also people that if I'm not able to start it, I'll jump in when I can because I do have clients or anything. But I want other folks out there, possibly you, Dan, or Thomas, or anything, to start it up. And it's real easy to do a Google Hangout. All you're doing is you're taking the control, the keys, where that you're starting it, and people are just, and then put the link up there, and it's gonna flow like that. And it's gonna flow easier. That way, that's a truly genuine mastermind. It's almost thinking of like the Knights of the Round Table. Nobody's over anybody, really, and that's the whole thing. And maybe let me read your question out loud, if you don't mind, Dan, so that we can cover that first things first, because I like taking care of the most important things to me as soon as possible. And Griff will be able to handle this too. I got a slight sore throat. I was in a car accident, everybody. That's what was happening. So I'm on medication. Let me see. Let me try to find it.
Was that in your new truck that you purchased? Or I guess it's not a new truck, but it's an older truck.
No, it's not my truck. It was actually my wife was in an accident before me, and they lent her that vehicle out. Her other one was being repaired.
Oh.
Oh, you're talking about that other one. I just took a picture of that. I thought it was a joke because what it is, a lot of these clowns, and I call them clowns, they're posting their Lamborghinis and their Ferraris and all that shit and everything. And I think it's hilarious to tell you honestly that people would post stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you, people are not making that kind of money inside this market. So I don't want you guys being, what's the word, bullshitted. I have a feeling Becker is not making that kind of money that he perceives. A lot of the people are standing in front of somebody else's house. There you go. That's the truth. Let me see. I created a face. Okay, here's a question from Dan. Let me see if there's anybody else.
Well, it's really not a question. I was just stating what I'm trying to do right now.
Okay, can you explain it a little bit better? Because I'm a bad reader, trust me. I read too fast and I don't pay attention.
Well, I don't know if you know the name Jamie Oler. He's coming up with this idea where he's calling it loyalty, and he's trying to get different cities in the world to get on board with this. And what we're doing is creating a local Facebook page, and then we're getting giveaways from the local businesses to get their name out there. And what we're doing is, well, what we want to try to do is give them a free month, show them how much exposure we can give them on our Facebook page, assuming that we can grow it to thousands of people, and then hopefully charge them like a $197 a month or something like that, just to advertise their business on the Facebook page. So that, and then
I think it's a great idea. Here's the thing, and very important, Dan. Don't ever let anybody shit on your dream or your ideas. Number one, nobody knows more than you do, as you're gonna find this out, okay? Might have a little bit more experience, but they don't know much more. I think everybody mostly is even intelligence in the world. You're gonna find that out. They might be better at something like coding, like Griff is, but we're about the same. If I think the idea is a strong idea, the difference between that idea that will work and the idea that won't work is the idea where that massive action is taken, and even the crappiest idea can work if you take massive action. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And that really is. If I had that idea, and I'm no bullshit, I don't have time to take that, use the idea. I like it, and I love it and everything, and I may even actually have my clients actually do the same thing. Like, jump on there, you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, and I don't have time to really be honest, I'm just really busy, but I think that once you get a few testimonials going on, and then you have where they shoot some video testimonials, I think that can be highly explosive, if that makes sense.
The guy that
but you got to get people. Yes, Griff.
The guy that you got this thing from got the idea from Chad Nicely. Chad had a local marketing app for Facebook where you set up a page and it would take payments and it would do advertising and it would do all that happy stuff. I bought that 2 years ago. I think I even still have 1 or 2 pages set up with that crap on there. It's a great idea, but it's a huge time hog. And again, you're dealing with local marketing and local businesses, and brick and mortar is very hard to do without getting in the guy's face. You know, you got to get out, you got to go to the mall, or you got to walk around with an iPad, and you got to show them. You just got to show them. Sign them up and show them. That's the easiest. That's the easiest way, but it's the hardest way. I'm all about instant money. I would rather invest 2 or 3 weeks in developing a product launch and stick it out there, and then make my money for the next 3 months. Local marketing is, unless you're willing to get out there and knock on doors, it's a very, very hard road to go down. And anybody will tell you that. You know, I'm not going to step on anybody's idea, but you got to know what it's going to take and how it's going to perform. And I can tell you it's going to fall flat on its friggin' face if somebody isn't out there talking to those people face to face. And if that means hiring a cute sales girl and giving her $20 a day to just walk around and put a flyer in the owner's hand, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
You're not going to do it with email.
Can I intervene? Here's the thing. Where that you're going to hear, like, see now, I'm on the other side from Griff, is that I like knocking on doors. I like getting in people's face. I like selling. And that's where I'm making the bulk of my money, to be honest. How I would do it is that if you have balls of steel, like I do, you're going to make a lot of money with it. If you don't, then you better, just like Griff says, hire somebody that has female balls of steel. Where that, you know, it's like, for example, I have one person that works for me. Her name's Carmen. Cutest Puerto Rican chick ever. Dynamite, firecrack personality. Oh my gosh, she make you laugh and want to be just around her. That's the personality. It's basically addictive. But she makes me money like that. But she's on my sales team. You got to hire personalities. And if their personality sucks, she ain't going to make you money. I'd rather see you have 1 or 2 people that work with you or partner with you than somebody has dry, like watching the paint peel. And that's real important. Now, here's the thing, Dan. If you got to partner up with a person like that who has a lightning personality, she's going to make you rich. Don't be afraid to get part of the business away, because Carmen, who I use, has friends that are just like her, because birds of the feather flock together. And that's really, that's what I would say. Me personally, I don't mind making products, but me on the other hand, I love offline, because you know what? People don't have the guts to do it, and they're too lazy, and they don't want to take the time to do it. And there's less competition on it. But if you want to put out products, that's great too. That's another business model. So it's 2 avenues. But I wanted to give you a different side of thinking than what Griff is actually giving you. Otherwise, if I keep on agreeing with Griff every time, which I mostly do, you're not going to get the benefit of both sides. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yep.
Ask me more questions, because I'm here. I mean, I'm always going to be here for you guys, even though I get busy. But what I want to try to do is, I don't want us missing weeks. A lot of times, I have a major project I'm doing now. I'm talking about very big. You wouldn't even believe me what I told you. But I'm going to be here. But a lot of times I can't start these things up, or I may be a little bit late. And if you don't mind, is that I will message something, like put inside the group. And I don't mind if even one of you guys just take over. If you know you're going to be here at 3:30 all the time, just start a Google Hangout, you know, and it's very simple. And then what I do from there is that I go on my YouTube channel and I find where it's putting live, you know what I'm saying? And I post that up there so that people like Marcel, I think it's, no, the other guy. And I'll call him out, because you know what, and everything. It's not Marcel, it's somebody else. That they won't squawk like Rumpelstiltskin and say, where is it, in case it doesn't record. So either you got to sometimes jing it or whatever. Just make sure that there's a backup just in case. But this time I actually went there and I found the live video feed, and I saw myself talking, even though it was a little delay. Because you guys are so valuable. When you posted that question, Dan, that was that was probably one of the best questions yet in the last few weeks. Because usually what's happening is a lot of times I'm talking and people are like listening, but when you told that was huge value. And even if I'm not here, sometimes, let's say, for example, I get kidnapped by Martians or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But this is still going to be acted on, because one of us is going to be here and the other folks are going to be here, and this group will actually grow. So you guys will always have somebody else's opinion of how to do something, because I may not have all the answers. All I'm coming from is life experience, so that makes sense. So next question, anybody?
Dave, why don't you go ahead, because I'm interested in the launch jacking stuff too.
Oh, cool. I was actually just going to speak about that. So I was going to ask, I asked in the Facebook post earlier that there's something that I'm interested in. And so basically, I'm looking to get like 1 month ahead or 30 days ahead or whatever of a product, and basically do like launch jacking. So I just want to know what the best route is to go about setting up. Do I use my current domain? Do I get like a review domain? Because here's the thing, I mean, you want to review the product, but at the same time, how do you review a product if it hasn't been out yet? If you know what I'm saying.
A lot of times, you can get access to a product if you tell them what you do. Tell them that you know James Knight. Use my freaking name. That will. Okay. I mean, Griff will tell you. I try to be humble, but if I'm going to tell you the truth, I might as well tell you the truth. Okay, I can either be humble and not tell you what's going to happen or how many doors are going to open for you, or I can tell you and doors will open immediately for you. Does that make sense?
Yep, but the other caveat is that I don't have a list, and I know from one guy that I tried to promote, which I must admit I didn't put my full heart into it. He actually, you know, he let me promote him, but then I didn't sell anything, and he ended up banning me from.
They forget. Trust me, they don't care about you. They don't think.
Yeah, no.
And they forget your name 1 second afterwards. To be honest, here's the thing: you're gonna get better at it. I was where you were. I'm just being honest. I was right where I would sell 1 unit, 2 units because I was selling inside my big face mastermind group. And I was selling like 6 units or whatever, 3 units. And you're gonna grow bigger. I promise you that. I was where you are. Here's the thing: don't give up. A year from now, your life will change. I promise you, your life will change. Right now, you're an infant. You really are. You guys are infants. You may think you're better than infants, but you really aren't. You're about 18 months old. You start learning how to talk. But that's important because nobody is going to take time. I'm telling you, to get somebody I'm just being honest, at my caliber, they're not going to even talk to you. I'm just being honest because our time is worth a lot more than you think it is. I mean, literally. And I love you guys. That's why I'm here, is that don't give up. Keep sticking with it, and I promise you, you'll get to my level sooner or later, where that you'll have a big list and you can slam out 100 sales if you want. But you cannot give up. Those that give up, I mean, here's the thing. A lot of folks that are giving up is 1 inch to success. Does that make sense, everybody? When you're about to give up, it's right there, right on the other side, was where you were going to basically get the flow of the success. And I see that over and over and over. I promise you, if you stick it, even if you do it part-time, you're going to catch on. It's not brain surgery. Here's the thing. When I put what else is there, there isn't anything else. I've done this business with less knowledge than I even given you. I was totally more newer than you, and I made a big living out of this. And I'm telling the truth. There's no more to tell you guys, okay? The only difference is these masterminds are just to interchange ideas, if that makes sense. That's why I'm not telling you guys, for example, if I'm out here at 3:30, freaking just start it. It doesn't matter. Once you post that thing, I can join 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later. Because sometimes things happen to me just like when you guys can't hit every one of them. But remember, think of it as the Knights of the Round Table. Okay, I'm not in charge. Griff's not in charge. I mean, all we're doing is we have a little bit more experience, and all you do is you say, "Hey guys, I'm having a problem with this," or "What do you think?" Even if it's Dan and you guys, you will interchange so many ideas. I promise. And plus, I promise you this: sooner or later, you will be doing what I am doing, maybe charging $47 a month. Why not charge $7 a month? Does that make sense? Because the thing about Netflix makes hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't know, probably, and they're charging $7 a month. And they give much more value than I do. You know, I mean, look at it.
They're charging 15.
Oh, are they charging 15? I don't know. I have that's written off on my corporation. Believe it or not, I have a movie channel too, website. You know, so I don't pay. So everything, but I mean, I hate telling you these guys because I'm not an accountant or anything. But here's the thing: is that don't be afraid to charge $7 a month for your, and then you can basically get a lot of people in it, and you get your name even bigger. They can do testimonials for you, blah 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 blah. I mean, you're going to grow. But here's the thing: I want you guys to start the group, this hangouts by yourselves, even if there's only 2 people on it, because you're going to get used to doing it. You need a lot of practice. You're not as fluent as I am going to be. I told you when I first was doing my own first course, and that was many years ago. I was so nervous, man. I was freaking drinking wine so I could loosen up. And I'm being honest. I'm telling you everything. I don't hold back. What you see is what you get. And I was nervous because when you got to teach a course, you got to be able to talk in front. And that course, I don't know how many thousands. I think over 10,000 people had that course. It's called Hyper 2 Profits, my first product. That was Warrior Product of the Day, JV Zoo Product of the Day. I sold so many copies. I flipped on JV Zoo for like $14,000, $15,000. And I sold that multiple times, not just once. Because I sold all the members in the group, and then I just cloned it. I did it again. Griff knows what I'm talking about. Right, Griff? I'm telling you all the secrets. But in the beginning, you can screw around like that because you have no name. But once you get a name, you can't go flipping products because then you trash it. And, you know, I mean, and now's the time. You're going to do it. You might, you know what I'm saying? But that's all I got to tell you. I'm telling you total 100% stuff or anything. But you guys have all the tools. But you guys need to meet on a regular basis, because what's going to happen if you don't meet on a regular basis, even if one of you guys has started, just start at 3:30. 3:30 is the time. Even if it's 2 people here, there'll be somebody. And give Griff the Skype thing. Okay, I'm on here all the time. If I'm here, I'm going to try to make it. But if I'm in Charleston or 2 hours away with a client, because I actually do this business. I don't have another job. I don't work at Kmart's or Fried Foods or something like that. I do this offline business day in and day out. And that's what I do for a living. But you guys need to meet. If you don't meet once a week, you're going to fall off the wagon. I promise you. Griff will basically be shaking his head and telling you that honestly, that it will happen. And you will be out of this program within 6 months. See, the reason that Griff and I created, but there's a big reason why I had the idea, why I wanted to do this, was because it keeps you stuck, keeps you glued to the internet field. I don't want you giving up. If you don't have a support group, which this is a support group, I promise you, and let me say this slower because I want Thomas to hear this too, okay? Because Thomas has a lot of value once he gets on. I think Thomas can hear me, right? Thomas, can you hear me, buddy?
Yeah, I sure can.
Okay, here's the thing, Thomas, and welcome. What I'm telling the group, I won't be able to make every move.
Gotcha.
I want one of you guys, if I'm not here by 3:30, one of you guys start it. I don't care who it is. Start it up. It's easy to do. Go hang out. And I will try to jump on when I can. Send Griff the link inside the Skype thing. We don't want to, and here's the other thing, and today's an exception, but I got a lot to say. We don't want to make them longer than 25 to 30 minutes. Just telling you the truth. Because whatever you got to say, I don't want you thinking, hey, shit, I should have went to a movie. It would have had more fun. You know, see the Pirates of the Caribbean, you know, right? But I want you guys to make it 25, 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. You know, you can say a lot. If nobody else has anything to say, bye to see you next Wednesday. And that's just how you. And the second thing is that what I was mentioning to Thomas, so I can reiterate, this group is to help you keep you in the internet thing. It's a glue. This is called a support group. Think of it as Alcoholic Anonymous, but this is Internet Anonymous, where that it's going to keep you glued to the group. If you're out of this group and you're not in here at least once a week, especially when you're first starting, you will not be in this group a year from now. I mean, you won't be on the internet. You will, chances are, if you stay in this group, I promise you, okay? Chances are there's a good, huge percentage that you will bring it in, hopefully, $60,000 to $100,000 a year. If you're hitting it hard, aggressively, and taking action like I did. Not everybody's me, but I'm a crazy person. I mean, I take massive action. And like Dan, like with what you're doing, tell me that if I didn't have your idea that I could make it a 6-figure business, please tell me that. Because you know what? I wouldn't bet against me. I can take your business and make it a 6-figure because I would make sure it did well. And that's no bullshit. So if I can do it, why not you? And that's basically it. And then so like I said before, next week I should be here, but if I'm not, I'll usually jump on 5-10 minutes later. But please, one of you guys jump on. Just take the initiative. Just say, I'm going to start the hangout. Don't say, well, who wants to do the hangout? You know what? An hour later, nobody started the hangout. Just say, hey, I started the hangout. Here's the link. Bam. And then put the replay thing right up there like I did. Very simple. All you do is you go onto the YouTube thing and find out where it's live. If you don't see it live, then, you know, somebody videotape it. I don't care, screencast, whatever. You know, all you guys have that and everything. So that solution is, and then try to make them less than 30 minutes. I'm just telling you, because Griff is going to go nuts if you keep it going for an hour. And I don't want to waste your guys' time. I'm being honest or anything. Okay, here's another thing to reiterate, Thomas. There is no more. There is no more information. I hate to say it. Even inside Ben's group, everything's being rehashed. Everything in this group will be rehashed. Everything, any mastermind is going to be rehashed. I'm being honest. There's no more golden nuggets. There's no more truth serums or bombs or whatever. I hate to say that on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll say, oh my gosh, there's a keyword for it. Watch out for him. But here's the thing. There's no more knowledge out there. I've given you everything that I had. I mean, there isn't anything. All you can do is maybe learn your Facebook advertising. You got to learn your traffic. Once you learn your traffic, everything else falls in place. The other thing, you have to learn how to be more aggressive in getting clients. It's nothing more than that. You guys come out with stuff I never even thought of, really. I mean, where do I make most of my money? Honestly, it's not really the products things or anything. It's my offline. But I'm much more aggressive than anybody else. I mean, that's just how I am. I mean, all my time goes into two things. It goes into with Griff, and it goes with my offline thing, and somewhat this group. Okay. Okay. Third question. Anybody have? Thomas, I know you have a question. You're quiet. You probably said, you know, let me ask a little bit, or let me ask later. Ask your question,
I got all sorts of questions. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. All right. Number one, I need a, and I just sent this in to Griff. I need a train. I need a train moving down the track, a colorful train for one of my projects. So, Griff, if you've got something in videos, I would love that. Who knows also how to put things into a website? I've got some material I need to put into a website, so I'm ready to roll with that. And I'm ready to go out on into the offline field again. I'm ready for that, so I'm going to start that next week. Ann and I talked about that.
I bet you have 2 to 3 people right on here that know how to do exactly what you said.
I do.
Yep. All right. All right. Very good. Dave. I see Dave on there. I know. Let's see. Yep. So James is on there too. Yep.
Yeah, and
well,
don't be afraid to post your questions like that. That if you need help, post them in the group. You'd be surprised who that. If you notice when people post things, everybody's there helping. That's why Griff and I are trying to get more stronger players in the group, so that you're going to have more of a support system. So, Griff, what do you think? How would he get that done, or any ideas, or what?
On one.
I'm trying to get a train video into a website. Is that correct, Thomas?
Well, actually, I need to get a. I need a little clip. There's a train in it, and I know Griff's got videos. Where can I find those at?
How about stock? Stock. There could be some in stock photos or stock videos. I know that.
You're going to have to buy train footage, and then you have to be careful what you buy and how you can use it. I mean, if you're using it for yourself, that's okay.
Why don't you just videotape a train going by, or have somebody that lives near a train? I mean, it's so freaking easy, man.
I put a link in here a month ago to Digital Juice, and they've got all kinds of train and commuter train up on their service. You're not going to find it on today. It depends on what kind of train footage you're looking for. You know? Okay.
All right. I'll send you. I found something on, what was the name of the place? Han 5. Would that be my best bet? Han 5.
It's going to be expensive.
It's fairly expensive.
Yeah, I've got stuff on Han 5. If you're getting it for under $80, you're getting a deal.
All right. Good.
This launch that I'm putting out, I'm going to tell you, this launch, this content launch that I put together here, when I get done with this launch, it goes to places like Adobe and Pond and those places. My $80 clips, I'm selling 25 of them for $24. I mean, people don't understand the value and the deal they're getting. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
When's your launch? When is your launch?
As soon as I figure it out.
Oh.
He's honest. He's honest. You know, it takes it takes a lot to put something together. See, a lot of people, they throw stuff together, but it's not the same quality as Griff. He won't let it out of the gate unless it's perfect. Nothing wrong with that, but there was a big thing going on even on the internet where that I forgot who it was mentioned. Chris Hitman. He was talking about how a lot of people, they put out these launches and a little bit later the domain's already expired.
I'll tell you what I did. Is I jumped on Code Canyon and I found 2 apps for After Effects that I really liked. And I talked to the developers of the apps on Code Canyon, and we struck a deal, and I bought extended licenses, and I'm doing a lot of the intros, transitions, and call-outs, and calls to actions. Cost me $150 for content. The videos are all coming from Dennis, and Dennis is a friend of mine. He's been selling. Actually, I can't sell all the video because I've got over 300 clips, and I'm not going to whore them out at $24.95 for 25. I'm not going to do that. So I'm doing 25 on the front end. That'll be 50 on the OTO, and that'll be it. This launch is costing me maybe $200, and we will sell 1,000 copies of this one. So. But it's all time intensive. I mean, I get video footage that's 4 or 5 minutes long, 8, 10 minutes long. This is all geared to Facebook, so it's all 15 seconds, period. Nothing longer than 15 seconds. So it's all ad footage.
Well, I'll tell you why. There's one of the reasons is, just like Ref mentioned on the last one, is that Facebook is showing these a lot more, the less, like 15 seconds or less, because it's not whacking out the server. I didn't think about that, but Rick taught me something new that I didn't think of. And here's the other thing, is that I have a feeling that there's a retention thing, that if somebody watches 80% or 50% of it, that it's easier to watch 50% of 6 seconds or get 50% of that than something that's 5 or 8 minutes or 10 minutes. So they're going to actually show your video or show it a lot more often, if that makes sense. Is that right?
If you got a 15-second clip, your retention goes to 90%. If you throw a pattern interrupt in the first 5 seconds, they're going to watch the whole bloody thing.
That's the value of actually coming here. You already learned that.
That's what I'm doing. Is I'm putting together a bunch of call to actions, a bunch of transitions, a bunch of pattern interrupts. And the interrupts can be used on anything. I mean, if you've got a 2-minute video you're throwing on YouTube, all that stuff can be used there too, and you use a pattern interrupt at 3, 12, 16, and 24 seconds. So I mean, you can do whatever you want to do.
What's a pattern interrupt, just in case? I always take it in case you guys don't know, because otherwise I'm messing you guys up, because there might be 1 or 2 or some people that don't speak very good English. They don't know what he's talking about. Pattern interrupts, you'll see me when I do videos, that's a pattern interrupts. You've seen me do that before. Anything that basically, it's like scratching a record. Think of a record going like this, right? And if I scratch it, it's a pattern interrupt. That makes sense?
It's in video, when they're watching a video, because it's visual, anything out of the ordinary the eye will catch. So if you've got a little itty-bitty flash or a little itty-bitty glitch, it catches the eye again, and it brings their brain back to what they're watching, and they start over again. And it's all done with the subconscious. But it works. It's very valuable. And if you're not using it, you're absolutely insane. And that includes your YouTube videos
and sales pages.
Oh yeah, you need to have pattern interrupts. You have to have them.
That's why I have, for example, when I used to do on my Hybrid to Profit sales page. If you ever could find that, you'll learn so much. I think I was always good with neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, and that's why I would also put a big red stop sign. Because red is actually a pattern interrupt if you use it the right way, if that makes sense. Here's the thing, is that this, like I said before, this isn't brain surgery. You guys can do it. You got to focus on what you're going to do. Like, for example, Dan, it looks like he has something that's focused on. Bless you, man, for that. You know what I'm saying? Focus, you'll make it a success. If you get into too many things, not going to be sick. You know what they say? A man that knows everything is a man that knows nothing. But a man that actually knows one thing will actually become an expert. And here's the thing: it won't take you long to become an expert at one thing. If you pay attention to one thing, you just totally think. Let me tell you, who makes more money, general practitioner or a specialist, such as maybe an anesthesiologist, or a person that does something maybe with DNA or something like that? It's a specialist. You guys have to specialize. Don't be going all over the map. I'm just telling you that, really. So anything else or questions or whatever? This is the longer one. After this, they're going to be around 20, 30 minutes. I'm going to basically I'm going to have maybe about a few points or whoever starts it, cap out 2 or 3 bullet points, and then basically mastermind. Has anybody have any questions, anything that is holding you up, and bam, and the 25, 30 minutes will be done. But you'll get more effective, and I think that you guys will like your masterminds a lot more instead of staying out for 2 hours like before. Because I had some people complain about it. Says, James, can you make them about half an hour or so? I said, you know what? You're totally right. You know, I said, thanks. I learned something today myself. Questions or things you like, or what things you're looking forward to, or things you want to talk about next week? Don't be afraid to all speak at once.
What's your big announcement, James?
Oh. The big announcement was that it was this launch, but he doesn't want the cat out of the bag. But it's going to be a juicy one. I promise you that. It's going to be really good. I'm very excited about it. And Rick knows there's one that is going to take and help take care of. This is something that we're working on. And this is something that I wasn't going to talk about, but it's going to solve your problems for getting stuff ranked on Google and YouTube. Rick knows what I'm talking about.
Oh.
It's going to be like a 3-button and put stuff inside the boxes, like write them down. Will hopefully get you linked up everywhere so that you can get your stuff ranked right away. Because I know that some of you guys, once you get hired, now you got to perform. It's like, hey, it's like the blue pill. We're giving you the blue pill. Does that make sense? So that you can perform, the Viagra pill, we might call it. And so that you can basically say, hey, look, I'm going to get you ranked on YouTube. I can get you ranked on Google a lot quicker and faster before your eyes. This isn't. This is going to be cheap for. This is going to be very expensive for anybody that's not inside the group. That's all I can tell you. It's going to be a solution and a problem fix for a lot of people, including me.
It's going to be a very powerful syndication tool, but I'm taking it a whole different direction.
Yes, this is something that's revolutionary. Nobody has ever done this before.
Yeah, so
we found out what's not working in Google and YouTube, and we found out what's really working with YouTube and Google. We're going to give them exactly what they want. Nothing else, nothing more. Keep it simple, and so that you get quick, fast results. Because that's all you want. You don't want bullshit. You don't want time wasters. You want to click a couple buttons, and you want to see your stuff happen in 24 hours. Am I right? Yes.
And the other thing, the launch that's coming up, the new one, for, I'm not going to talk about it. But.
Yeah, because he has to stop because he's excited about it. It's going to be great stuff. But he'll be able to probably talk about it next week or something like that. He just wants it. See, here's the thing, is that sometimes it's not you guys, but sometimes other people start spreading what's going on here to other people, and all of a sudden it's in the works. And Greg hasn't even finished making it yet. And it's not you guys. I know you guys are totally cool and everything, but there might be, I think there's one other person that's just spreading it out. That's all I can tell you. We're trying to keep.
I can tell you I was in this office till 3 o'clock this morning, and I was back in here at 8 o'clock this morning, so I've only had 5 hours sleep. My air conditioner is going, it's 87 degrees in this office. I'm sitting next to a CPU that's pumping out 110 degrees nonstop. So I'm a little bit tired.
Yeah.
Hey, Griff, you need to stay alive so we can see your products.
I tell him to take the weekends off. This guy, Griff, I told him, this guy, okay, he told me, he says, we're taking the weekends off. You know what happens? I get a call. I said, Griff, I'm always around. Even if I don't speak up, is that I love Griff. Griff and I, like, literally, we're like literally blood brothers, literally. I'm serious. And the thing is that I want him to take his weekends off. Okay, and I want you guys to take your weekends off, because if you don't, you're going to die a slow death in this, and a painful death, because you're going to get burnt out. This business will chew you up, spit you out. You have very few friends except us inside this thing. If somebody actually pretends they're a freaking friend, they're no friend to you. Okay? Like, for example, there was one clown out there that actually, I made all these freaking videos. I was supposed to get part of the launch, everything part of it. They postly, what they did was they screwed me. To be honest, screwed me. And then one of them actually hit me up. And I'm not going to tell you the name, but I'll tell what's his name, Griff, the name or anything, and he'll know. Is that I created all the videos for his software. I learned the software right away, and I showed a money angle on how to make it like 3, 4 different ones. I'm trying to put maybe 20, 30 videos in there. This was a while back. This little clique of them, all right, thing. I mean, I could probably call them the Nigerian group, and everything. And they basically figured that they can use me and basically take advantage of me. And then now he's hitting me up and he's asking me, you know what? It's even though that I didn't recreate it, whatever, but my name is associated with the launch when the guys are there, the clique, the little mafia group, whatever you might call them. And he goes, you know what? I don't care, because I said I didn't even get back to him because I figured they're not going to pay me. But that's what you got to do. You got to you got to stick close with your friends. And I'm just telling you, because there's a lot of people that pretend to be your friends, and they're not. And that's all I got to tell you. Your friends are inside this mastermind. And be careful from spreading out from here, okay? Because I made that mistake. And I don't want to see what happened to me happen to you. Because all of a sudden you take them in, and then all of a sudden you bring them to the top, which you guys will be at the top. And they'll basically be jealous. They'll throw you to the wolves. And you know what? They'll go back to the bottom because cream always rises to the top. They just thought that they can piggyback off me, and they, but you will. You'll be right at my level. I promise you. You'll be past my level someday. But you cannot stop doing this. You got to stick with it. I promise. You have to keep going. Don't give up. You're not too far from the success. It's just right on the other side. Because you guys know almost everything that I know. All I'm doing is I gave you a group to make sure that you stick in it. Like I said, like Alcoholics Anonymous. As long as you're coming to the meetings, you're gonna survive.
Who can help me for Video Matrix? I want to make sure I got that thing down pat.
Here's the thing, Thomas, I'm gonna help you. Are you using it on a regular basis? The more times you use it, the more you're gonna learn. I'm in there maybe 2-3 hours a day. Griff will tell you that.
On the I'm using vMix, and I want to incorporate the Video Matrix with the vMix. So, and I know that's what Griff does. So I want to make sure I do it right.
I'm not sure I understand what you're trying to do. There's two different applications that do two different things.
Yeah, I understand. So I want to play. I assume that Video Matrix plays inside of vMix. Is that right, or am I totally wrong?
You're totally wrong.
Oh, okay. All right. Clue me in on how.
Video Matrix is a posting ranking tool. That's all that. It's a streaming tool. It's not a broadcasting tool.
All right. How do I? All right. I know that vMix. I know that on Facebook Live you can do the pre-done videos and put them on Facebook. On Facebook, you can pre-program them. How do you do that?
MediaCaster.
Yeah, you jump into MediaCaster.
Oh, MediaCaster. Yeah, okay. MediaCaster. That's what I meant to say MediaCaster, but I've actually been thinking about.
It's not a problem, Thomas. You get there. See, the reason I know this because I'm in there all the time. Riff stuff. I'm not trying to be a cheerleader for him because if his stuff sucked, I'd be the first one to tell him his stuff sucks. It's the best out there. It's the only stuff that works out there. Somebody else tried to rip them off. They try to do it where it worked with YouTube and what's his name? Watch these guys, okay? See if they actually do the product themselves. I use Griff stuff all the time. Griff uses all this stuff. Some of these guys, they put this stuff out there, but you'll never see them have their thing that actually working.
Thomas, where you're falling down here, and what you're not understanding is that all of my tools are pre-made content. It's all curated content.
Gotcha. Right. Okay.
What I do, and I'm talking about vMix, and I love vMix to death.
Gotcha.
That's live broadcasting. Now, when you sneeze, you're on camera, and it's broadcasting. Just like when you do a live stream from your cell phone or from your desktop. vMix is a platform to combine different elements to the stream. So if you want audio in the stream, you want pre-made content in the stream, you want your face in the stream, all you're doing is clicking buttons and you're just changing different content inside of vMix to be broadcasting. And that's all I do. And it's really pretty simple. It's just set it all up beforehand, get your pre-made content in there. You can do a presentation, hit a button, it'll transition to the next screen and play whatever you want to play. And it can be an old webinar, it can be an old video, it can be brand new, whatever you recorded this morning. It can be whatever the hell you want it to be. And with vMix, it can be as long as you want it to be, and it's live. That's the difference. The difference is broadcasting versus streaming. Two different critters.
So how do you do the pre? You want to not even be on the show and you want to preset it for 8 o'clock tonight on a video that you've made in the past. You MediaCaster, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, good. I've been saying the wrong word. So I need, who knows MediaCaster well?
It's brain dead stupid.
All right.
I'm serious. It is brain dead stupid. All you got to do is upload your content, pick a time, and when you want it to go, and click the button.
Shorter is better. Shorter is better. If you go too long, it won't go through. But shorter is better. Remember what Griff mentioned? Try to keep it short because it's retention. He gave me something powerful. I didn't know that. I learn stuff from Griff every day.
Yeah, if you're going to do a book or a movie, then you can forget about doing any of the streaming tools in Marketer because they're not made for that. They're made for marketing, and marketing is under 30 seconds. 60 seconds is a stretch. You start going over 60 seconds, and now you're depending on my server, you're depending on the internet, you're depending on Facebook, you're depending on a whole lot of things, and they don't always all come together. And then before you know it, your stream gets dropped, and you don't know why. Well, there's 100 things in there that can go wrong because you're playing with 100 different things to make the stream. I got something,
Griff, question. Yeah. When are you going to make something that would actually stream a GIF? Oh, now his wheels. See his wheels going? Here's the thing. The GIF keeps going on and on and on even after the thing, and that's maybe 2 or 3 seconds. But imagine that thing going, because that'll be your news feed all the time, and anybody's going to see your GIF for like 2 seconds minimal. What do you think?
Yeah, I just did a whole bunch of hand animations.
But say GIF, where it goes like this. Remember I was talking about that before?
Yeah, but you got to turn a GIF in order to stream it. You got to turn that GIF into a video, so it's got a loop.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying this is something that might be a wish list later on. But this will get you.
That's something you can do in. Actually, that's actually not a bad idea.
I always get product ideas, but see, that's why this is what a mastermind is.
Well, what you can do, what you do, park where you're at, park right now. If you had a GIF or a video clip that was repeating itself, or just did it once, okay, you can take that into vMix and hit the loop button. And as you're, and you don't have to stream it, you can record it, or you can stream it and record it at the same time. So if you're streaming a loopable clip, whether it's whether it's a GIF or a MP4 file, whatever, you could be recording that at the same time, and then you can post, and you can use it in all of our tools too, and you can actually rank it. But again, that's for ads, so it's got to be pointing to whatever link you want them to click. Oh, here's the other. This is the shit. I forgot all about this. As of next week, and nobody's talking about this, and nobody's going to talk about it. Today is the 12th. We've actually got about 5 days left.
Wait till you hear this.
We're already ahead of the curve. Facebook is stopping the ability to post links in the timeline.
Remember that launch that was called Let's Click, everybody? I know you remember that launch. Will that keep on? Will that still work, Griff?
No, my stuff's not going to work. I mean, we're already working on the fix, but the ability to market via your timeline by posting images ain't going to happen.
Is that just images or video as well, or
Facebook?
Anything.
Anything. It won't be clickable because they want you to do it ads. But Griff has been, and his team of coders, they have been ingeniously already finding a workaround on that.
Yeah.
How do you know that's going to be?
Just hang on here a second, and I'm going to.
And that's from next week, Griff.
Happens on the 15th. Oh, here, I'm going to post this Where the hell's the message box? I hate this thing.
James's fault.
That's going to hurt a lot of businesses.
Yeah, Facebook has changed their terms of use.
And we're Griff and the team is the first ones to figure it out.
I'm not happy about it, but that's Facebook.
So there's a lot of software launches that sold thousands of copies and had thousands of customers who won't be able to use their software anymore.
Yeah, it's not going to do what they sold it to, that they promised everybody it was going to do. Which is a difference between me and them, because at least we're in it and fixing it. Those guys will just all let it die.
Geez, Griff, maybe except for this group, maybe that should be recurring. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, this group is, you know, they're basically, you know, don't have to worry about it because they're grandfathered in. But I guess anybody else should be recurring on it. Because you basically have the key to the business now.
We're trying. Here's the thing. And this launch that's coming up here in a week, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. What I've done is we've taken all the features that nobody has included. Everything everybody has forgotten about, hasn't been able to do, or wished they could do and couldn't. We've taken all of those things. We've watched all the launches. We've watched everything that's happening, and we put it all in one tool. So, and it's an autoresponder tool, and you can auto respond GIFs, photos, video. You can do reputation management. It'll scrub timelines and groups. I can post to groups. I can post to pages. I can post wherever the hell I want to post to. And I can use an autoresponder in groups and pages and wherever I want to use an autoresponder.
Pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah, we're not limited by what we can do or where we can do it. And the floodgates opened up with this new tool.
Yeah, that's why watch for it a little bit later. But today or tomorrow, whenever Griff has a chance, I want him.
I'm tired.
Yeah, when he gets a chance, whenever you get a chance, Griff, if we can just do a 3-minute hangout or whatever, 2-minute hangout. It could be tomorrow, whenever, because I know you're exhausted. I can see your eyes. Because I'd rather have the rascally critter guy to actually be on there with his energy and explain exactly what's coming up and how valuable this is going to be. Because when you click something, here's the thing. What I've seen how it works, if I get this right, is when you click the image on there, and then all of a sudden you have something to respond to. Would you like more information? Would you send a link to them? You know how powerful that is? I already told you how to do it. What you do is you put an image, guys. You put the play thing. You see what I'm saying? Make it look like a video. You click that video. And then what if I told you after they click that video that looks like a video, it sends you a link to a sales page?
Why do you think I'm building all this content? The content that I'm building and I'm going to launch all this content for is really to make a shitload of money off the content. And it's going to be a bonus and an upsell for the new tool. So,
but that's valuable stuff. Like I said before, it's changing a lot, and that's why they fear Griff, because his stuff works and it's good stuff, and he thinks outside the box. Everybody else, what they do is they repurpose everything. It really is, or they make what Griff made 30 days later, but it doesn't work. And I just came across that. I'm not going to name his name or anything because I know he's probably watching right now. But you know, because this thing is live on, you know, because I didn't get a chance to put it on the thing, but put unlisted. But his stuff works. I'm just surprised because even a person that doesn't have time to be as techy as I am, I learned this stuff like MediaCaster. I didn't have to read anything. I just started doing it. I got to start like, I'm serious, about a minute or something like that. I was like, wow, Griff, this is easy to use. You remember that conversation, Griff?
Yeah, for all the marketers that are out there watching this, all these super affiliates that are watching this, I got a few words to say. And you know what those words are? Kiss my ass.
Yeah, And after Griff does that, I gotta basically coddle him, which I don't mind, you know, because it's not personal, it's business.
They're all going to steal it, and it's just that's exactly the way I feel. You know, my blood and sweat tears.
Rush Limbaugh. I know some of you guys. I think Thomas probably watches Rush Limbaugh. Thomas, you watch Rush Limbaugh once in a while. Have you heard his radio show once in a while?
Yep.
Okay, what does Rush Limbaugh say? He says, okay, everybody, your other media sources, start taking your pen and start taking notes before your TV show or your radio show. And that's basically what they do, really. They everything he does, they literally rip him off. But they try to put it together, but they don't have his code, and it doesn't work. And really, it hasn't, because I tried to. I thought one was pretty decent, and I got a copy or review, and this one actually did it towards YouTube and Facebook, and that's what his thing was. It didn't work on either one of them, and I was like, shh. And I bought the product without a link. So be careful if you're purchasing other products, because sometimes it doesn't work as well as Griff's, and sometimes he already has a product already sitting there. And if you want it done, ask Griff. He might have it already laying around that he hasn't even put inside there a lot of times, or he may put it out next month or something like that.
As soon as I can get my shit together here, I'm going to start reviewing products. I haven't been able to because I haven't had the time. But once those 2 launches are done, I've got a break for about 6 weeks. Don't buy this shit unless you watch the review, because I'll stream it live. I'll demo it, I'll log in, and I'll demo it. Because I don't want affiliate access. I'll buy it. So will I have review access before it launches? I won't. I'll buy the son of a bitch first, and I'll be treated like a customer. And we'll see how it works. It doesn't get any better than that.
True, it's true. I do that myself. The reason is because I want the customer experience. Here's the thing, and I'll tell you guys real quick. I have so many stories, man. I can write a freaking book, and it'll make you guys like go crazy but big. Is one guy, okay, and I'll tell you why he blackballed me, blacklisted me, yelled at me, called me every freaking name in the book. Is that, okay, he was #1 on JD Zoo. Most people don't buy the product like Griff. Griff is very honest. He buys the product, he's going to tell you exactly what it's shit or not. What happened was, it was like an info product. It was a bullshit product. I can't tell you the name because the guy's a big time guy, and sometimes I do business with him, unfortunately. Is that he made you take a test. And you had to take this test and go through these answer things and put your name and put your email and put your phone number so the guy can actually call you up later for a coaching call, you know, and then before you could get access to the product. But you had to do so many things to actually get access to the product. So what's happening is that now he has your phone number, he has your email, has all that. So he's going to try to push you for coaching. It just was a bullshit thing. And what happened was he was going straight through his thing to see who purchased it, because I don't hide. You know what you see us get, if you don't like me, you know what, especially if you're enemy to the people. I sound like it from Russia, don't I? So, screw you, okay? Because a lot of people do hate my guts, okay? They do. But you know what? And you know some of them, because I'm a threat to them. The bigger you become, the more of a threat you are. But what he was doing was he was making my customers, which I have a huge list, jump through all these hoops through this to get to the product. You imagine if you had to take a test, put your email, put your phone number inside there, put this, all that stuff inside there before you get the product that you purchased? Is that insane or what? And I didn't even call him out. I didn't even get a chance. I figured I'm just going to go to bed and I'll pick it up later. What he does is he sends me the nastiest, meanest email that, how dare I purchase the product? Ba, 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 ba. I said, as a customer, I have the right to purchase any product I want. If you don't like it, you can ban me, which he actually did. He actually blocked me on Facebook, blocked. But it's just the funniest thing. But this is some of the crazy stuff that goes out there. So what Griff is saying is very wholesome, that if you do want to be a reviewer of products, the best way is usually, I mean, the cheapest way is get reviews. You can get reviews of all products. But if you want to be a real product reviewer, you purchase it and then you show. This is powerful. I'm telling you, somebody actually charges $5,000 a month for training. Is that then you show your PayPal purchase thing. You show that. That's power. That's a lot of power. And I'm telling you, nobody's going to teach you this or tell you this, because this guy doesn't even want me telling you this. I don't care. Maybe his first name's Anthony. Griff's laughing in the background. He says, James, you're a mother. Yeah, boss. But I don't care.
I'll tell you, you know, launch jacking does not excite me. But I'll tell you, having a review site and getting a reputation as an honest reviewer will build your list faster, because people will respect the review. And you set up a website and you just have a review page for every product.
Yeah.
And your Facebook links will work because you're sending them to your website. And as long as you've got Facebook's terms and conditions, you know, all your privacy policies and all that crap published, they won't hit you for it. You'll be fine. But that's actually a very good long-term solution to doing some of this. And if you can get an aged YouTube account and turn that around and make that your review YouTube channel, now here comes your horsepower. Because now you can stream to that channel. So now you've got the horsepower of the stream and the ranking of our stuff for YouTube, and now your reviews are actually worth something. So most sales happen in the first, 80% of the sales will happen in the first 8 hours on launch day. But there's another 90% that happen on the last day. So there's a flood in front, but there's a tidal wave in the back. So launch jacking doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I'd rather get a review video up and rank that over 2 or 3 days, and then do a mass mailing the day before and the last day of whatever launch it is, because that's when you're going to reap the most money.
Yeah. Like I said before, here's the thing, is that some of these guys, you got to watch, you got to read the TOS on some of them, because a lot of them, they're afraid what you're going to say. They're going to say no negative or advertising or anything. I don't think that there's any, I mean, me personally, if you're telling the truth is truth. I mean, and that's really how it is. And then it's really easy to come up with a name. For example, you can say Dan's Honest Product Reviews. There's your name, your site. It's that simple, really.
Yeah, it's really simple. There's a lot of guys out there that won't let me review their products in front, which is why I buy them after the fact. Because if it isn't any good, I could be just like Brett Ritecki. If I don't like it, I'm going to slam it. And that's no way to win friends and make people happy.
What do you mean aged? Let me tell you real quick, Marcel. Those are channels that are like 4 or 5 years old. And sometimes you can find the page ranks also. You can purchase those channels. Just watch who you purchase them from, because they can totally rip you off. That makes sense?
And you want them phone verified.
Is there any way to find them yourself, like as in scraping?
Well, you might be able to, I guess. There's a guy I'm listening.
Sell them on Fiverr too. Look on Fiverr. I mean, just because it says Fiverr doesn't mean it's $5. It can be $10, $5, whatever. But just like Griff says, it's like domains. If you can find a domain that already has a bunch of backlinks that is aged with authority, you can get stuff ranked also really quick and fast. That's a secret that I've used for many years. I mean, like Live Prosper, I get thousands of people. That's very aged. You guys have no idea.
Don't you think aged YouTube channel, it's not a good thing, I think. What's the benefits for an old YouTube channel?
Let me answer that. When I had my other channel that was aged, I don't care how many backlinks you put on there. Let me see, what was his name? Clive McGall and Cliff Kerrigan. Okay, YouTube Masters. Because mine was aged and had so many freaking backlinks, and it was a high page rank thing. When they put stuff up, I was like Mr. X. They didn't know who I was. Clive and him were actually going back and forth. Some of you guys know Cliff Kerrigan and Clive. I never let him know who I was. They would go best fat loss or something like that. I would make a video and I would beat them every freaking time, because my YouTube channel was aged and had a lot of high page rank authority. I mean, I put anything up that was rigged, because that was during the CPA days. Do you remember the early CPA days? That's probably before you guys even knew about even internet marketing. But I'm going to tell you, that's the power of it. And I can talk by personal experience. that an age channel will kick the ass of anything that's new.
I understand. That's because the authority.
The authority.
Page authority. Yep.
The high authority channel.
I was
Okay.
like 3, 4, 5 on page ranks. I'm telling you, because I had so many videos. I had literally thousands of videos on the channel. I mean, like,
Yeah,
so many pages. I had link wheels up the ass with link wheels, and I mean, you have no idea. I mean, I did, and I was doing things by hand back then.
yeah, and the older the channel, the more Google will leave you alone.
And that was when YouTube first started it. I had like 10 or 12 channels that were that old when YouTube just was coming right out of the woodwork. That was my Gmail accounts. So I automatically practically had a YouTube channel too. So, and I think I have probably, I'm not bullshitting you because I don't know where they are. I just got to find them, got to do a search in my, because I would link them to my Gmail account now. And if I put Gmail accounts, I probably have 30, 40 of them show up, because that's back when you actually had to have burner phones. You guys know what burner phones are? And I would go and buy them at the Walmart. And you had to verify your phones. Now you can actually have like 10 or 20 accounts. But back then, you probably have 2 or 3 that Google or YouTube would allow you to have. After that, your number is burned until maybe 6 months or whatever down the future that they'll let you do it. He's expensive and he's buying them on Fiverr. Who's that? Oh, yeah, are you talking about Bose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael's buying them on Fiverr, and all he's doing is turning around and reselling them for $50.
Yeah. That's where he's getting them. It's on Fiverr. I'm just telling you. I mean, yeah, you can find them. And then here's the thing:
don't buy shit from another marketer when you can go out there and find it yourself.
It's true. It's true. We're not gonna. First of all, even if somebody's a friend, we're not gonna throw you to the wolves because you're my first personal friends. Every marketer out there is secondary to you. That's just truth. Yeah, I mean, I have no allegiance to them. I have allegiance to you guys because your guys are literally a family. You're the mastermind. They're not part of this mastermind. Mastermind means we're of one mind. So, you know, that's why I spend so much time here. I don't give anybody this amount of time. Trust me. They're not worth my time. You guys are. Any questions? Because we'll be wrapping this up. Because from now on, these are going to be 30 minutes. And now here's the thing. I just want to reiterate for new people on. I don't have to be one that actually starts the groups up. I may be caught up in line, or I might be getting a sandwich, or I might be out of town. Something might have happened to me like that. Any one of you, just say don't say, oh, who wants to start the hangout? Just take initiative, and here's the hangout. Chances are not 2 of you are going to do it at the same time. You just say, I'm going to start. I'm setting up the YouTube thing. Here's a link. People just jump on, and it's that quick. And because I just want to mention it also for anybody that is coming late. If you do not start these up and be on here for a weekly thing, it's like Alcoholics Anonymous. You will be out of this in probably 3 months' time. I'm just telling you. Every one of you could be making 6 figures, okay? There's nothing else that you need to know. All you're doing is you're exchanging ideas, and anything that's a mind screw up or whatever, or something that you can't get working, just like Thomas mentioned about the train or whatever it is, one of you guys will have the answer. But you got to be on here. And anybody that is listening and not on here, you need to be on here. Because otherwise, if you're listening, you're gonna not be in here 6 months from now. That's a promise. Try to make it to the meetings. If you can't, I understand that, but try to listen to them or try to post things inside the group. That's secondary to actually being in here so that other people are trying to help you. That makes sense. Any other questions before we wrap this up? We got 5 more minutes. And then for now on, it'll be 30 minutes or less. If you start it yourselves, make sure it's 30. If you say, hey, we're starting at 3:30, we will be over at 4. Questions? I know we answered everything, but Griff, last words. You have the last word. You're the last word man.
When's lunch?
When's lunch? Well, that's sitting inside the refrigerator next to the cold pizza.
Guys, the most important thing is have fun. You know what? If you're not having fun, you're not making money.
What you need is in his agency. Do not stop buying things. Just because I put something out and say it's the best thing since sliced bread, don't buy it. I'm telling you, because everything's in an agency. I'm just a good marketer. That's why you're buying it. Thomas, you laugh at everything. I'm a good marketer. I can make things shiny even though they don't have a shine on.
There's stuff that's being marketed today, this Ascend page builder. I've got the raw code sitting inside of agency and have had for 6 months.
Yes. Yeah, like I said before, I don't want you guys to spend any money. I want you guys to just use what's in the agency. The stuff works.
You don't promote it, there's a reason why. If you don't get an email from me talking about a new piece of software, there's a reason why.
Have you noticed you haven't seen an email from me for 6 days? Because it was all shit. That's why. It was all shit. You haven't seen me posting any live advertising Facebook things. You know that. You're watching. So why hasn't he done it? I don't believe in it.
Yeah, I did that little audio offer because those audio clips, and it's not that the audio clips are really valuable, but the sound effect clips were extremely valuable. So I promoted that. I bought it because I wanted them. You got to have stuff like that. I mean, it's maybe it doesn't make any sense in your brain at the moment, but the first time you go to produce a video and you go, damn, I wish I had a sound effect. Well, you'll wish you'd spent the $17 to buy that.
It gets expensive. It gets expensive. And once you own it, you own it. That's what he's saying. And you will need it sooner or later. It's not if, it's when.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here's
another idea before I let you guys go. Magazine covers. I don't tell anybody this normally. But there was a template group that came out. Actually, it was an old offer, but he kind of relaunched it last weekend, the weekend before last. And it was 50 or 75 magazine covers in PSD's files. You can turn those magazine covers into videos. All you have to do is change the dimensions, stick them in Camtasia and record it. And you've got instant video content. And you do that for magazine covers. Nobody's going to tell you that. I do it all the time.
Yep, definitely. And then some of you guys that don't have $300 or so use Screencast-O-Matic. It works great. Get the pro version like I did. I mean, I have both, to be honest, or anything. I have two Camtasias, but because early on I started making money. But you will. And here's the thing: if you want to make money, okay, because I know some of you guys are struggling, you haven't made $1 yet. I'm going to tell you, you haven't taken enough action. You need more action. If you're only talking to one person every month or every once a week, if you want to be an offline, you need to talk to double or triple what you're doing. I mean, or you got to get comfortable doing it. The second thing is putting out a product. I told you before, you can put 2 or 3 you guys together, put out a product. I don't care, all of you guys put out a product, but only have maybe 2 guys on the page. But everybody help. You're getting experience. I don't care if you actually lose $50 or $100 afterwards. You got the experience. You can't pay for experience. I mean, you already got the knowledge. I already taught you everything that I've actually done on those 2-hour webinars. I just gave you a course thoroughly. Just go back, watch the course, the videos. I mean, it's that, and then put on Warrior Plus. It's the easiest way to get started in this industry. Really is. I mean, and then ask people to promote it, get them review copies or anything. I mean, if it's decent, I'll promote it for it. I don't give a crap, you know what I'm saying? But you got to make sure the sales page. I totally recommend that you got hit Griff up, and hopefully he can get you pointed to the right direction of making a sales page. Because here's the thing: I passed on quite a few products. They were great products, really were. But the sales pages were so shitty that it was not going to get one sale. I can tell you what's going to make it. And then after Griff gets done, very important. Okay, think of me as your spell checker. Show it to me. I can actually tell you if it's going to be successful or not. I will help it make it. Like I told you before, when you first came on here, one dude sold 6 copies. I changed that sales page. It became overnight in 3 to 4 days, $100,000 launch. I can help make those sales pages better. I know what's shitty. I know how to fix them. I make sure that they do convert. You should get double-digit conversions. But I mean, like I said before, anybody else? Yes.
Can you look the sales page from my client, James? I got my client back, so I work in his YouTube channel. So his YouTube channel started to get low traffic. So he called me back. I'm very happy for that. I got a viral video this weekend, more than 30K views. I got very excited with that. I made a video for you guys, but I can't upload that. So I promise to upload that. I'm gonna record the video again.
Here's the thing. Marcel just posted a thing and tagged me. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. I'm probably the busiest marketer, literally, besides Griff in the world. I'm just being honest. I really am. I mean, I literally have to block time even for this. I mean, for example, I could be selling 5-figure things, and I am. Okay, but I love you guys, and that's why I make time. And this is like my therapy. It's like literally meditation, where that I don't have to think as much. No insults to everybody, but I don't have to think, because usually when I'm in front of somebody else and I'm talking, I literally have to be on my game. I have to be in a suit. I have to be on a tie. I have to be dressed up, basically to the nines. I'm just telling you, I have to be when I go meet somebody. But yeah, just post them inside the thing. Tag me, or sometimes the best thing is that when we're on a hangout like this, ask me, because then you have my undivided question, or my attention. When you tag me, I'm gonna speed read it, and then I'll try to answer it as quick as possible. Why? I'm freaking busy. You have no idea. I swear to God, I'm so busy. It's unbelievable. But because here's the thing, I have 2 things I'm doing right now. I get these launches going. These launches, I have to literally contact 300 people for these launches. That's how busy I get. And I have to get that done before we launch, literally 3 days before we launch. It's a pain in the ass. And then and then somebody ignores me. I got to say, hey, you there? Call me, start messing with their head, you know? Hey, I got an idea. Want to get some money? Then they go with what? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is. Or can I give you a bonus? I won't give a bonus. I just say, you want to promote for this now that you actually, you know, whatever it takes, I got to figure out, think outside the box to get people to actually look at Grip and the product, because they are good, but sometimes they're just idiots or jealous or whatever. I mean, let's just be honest. But best thing is come up with, when I'm here, and most of the time I will be here 90% of the time, just asking questions here. If I'm not here, you can always tag me. I will take the time to read all tags. And if I don't answer your question the first time, I am busy, but tag me again. I don't care if you have to tag me 1,000 times. I'm just being straight up. Last question, best question, easiest question. Ask away. We know we have one person that has a great question. Even if you want to ask me where I get my hair cut.
I don't want to know.
My wife puts a bowl over my head and it goes right around the circle. All right, guys. Know what to do. And like I said before, next week, Wednesday, 3:30. If I don't start it, one of you guys just put the link. I'll jump on. I mean, I could be like 5 minutes away from the house or anything, but that's all it is. And be grateful that Griff and I are really here, because we're one of the few marketers that actually do this business.
If there's something you see you don't like it, you don't understand it, whatever it is, or you think it can be a little different, make a comment, because I'm posting it there because I want comments.
Yes, and then Griff is the first place to contact Griff, especially if you have a Skype link or a link, is give it to him on Skype. A lot of times he's not on Facebook. He's primarily on Skype, because Facebook is basically a time waster for us a lot of times. But I do get notifications from my phone.
Yeah, but I've got 500 contacts in Skype, so I don't always see that right away either. So.
Yes. But I'm just telling you. And then be persistent. That's all I can tell you.
I'm just an old fart making money, and I ain't got time for a whole lot.
But we do make time for you guys. So, all right, love you guys. Talk to you later. And remember, at 3:30, if I don't start it, when you guys start it, and don't ask, well, who wants to start it? Just start it yourself. Freaking easy. Because I promise you, you're going to have your own coaching group. You will have your own coaching group. And then just put the live thing up there. So anyway, I'm Viking Diaz, hasta luego, bam, 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 and talk to you later.
Thank you.
Later.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.